Standard 6, Subject English, Lesson number 3.4, Sushruta, a peep into the past. Before I start this lesson, I would like to give you a short introduction related to this lesson. In the first part, dear children, we have studied that Sushruta talks about Sushruta, a bright veterinary student, and his teacher Shalihotra, who decided to test him. Shalihotra asks Sushruta to list down the equipment which are needed to perform a surgery. Sushruta had everything right but missed on three things, which he found out through carefully observation of his teacher. Dear children, this was the short introduction related to this lesson. Now I'm going to continue the second part of the remaining lesson. Here you can see the subparagraph of the lesson. Here I start. The oldest existing veterinary. Now, what is meant by veterinary, dear children? Veterinary means related to the medical or the surgical treatment of animals, especially you can say the domestic and farm animals. So, this was the oldest existing veterinary text from India is a treatise. Now, what is meant by treatise? Treatise means written work dealing formally and systematically with a subject, or you can say a long time serious piece of writing on a particular subject. So, this text from India is a treatise entitled Ashwarud Siddhanta Complete Ayurvedic System for Horses. So, this was the system which was written Ashwaruveda Siddhanta Complete Ayurvedic System for Horses. Attributed. Now, what is meant by attributed? Attributed means considered to have been written by someone. So, this was considered, this was attributed to Shalihotra around 2350 BC, and this was written by Shalihotra above 2350 BC, the founder of veterinary. So the Shalihotra was the founder of the veterinary medicine. Subsequently, now what is meant by subsequently? Subsequently means afterwards, later on, various treatises on horses and diseases of horses were composed. So various written work which was dealing formally and systematically with the subject. So here it was composed or everything very nicely. It was written and recorded. Nakula, one of the five Pandavas, was a horse specialist. So here the Nakula of the five Pandavas was a specialist of horse himself, among the best known works, and this was the best known work of the animal. Literature means a written work, is Ashwa Chikitsita therapeutics. Now, what is meant by therapeutics? Therapeutics means the branch of medicine considered with the treatment or some kind of treatment of animals. So, this was the therapeutics of horses written by the Nakula, and this therapeutic treatment was written by Nakula. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. Sushruta, a disciple of Shalihotra, wrote on animal surgery. So he has written the book on the animal surgery. Surgery means the operation of certain animal. This made people aware of surgical methods. Surgical method means related or used in surgery. So he has noted down all the method of the surgery, dressing of wounds. Wounds means an injury of living things which cause or cut below the skin, typically in which the skin is cut or broken. So here the Shalihotra has written the method of the surgery, how he can do the dressing of wounds, bandaging of fractures, etc. Later, during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya around 300 BC, the botanians started accompanying means provided or occur at the same time something else. So here at the Chandragupta Maurya time around 300 BC, all the Vajrayans started accompanying armies to treat horses, elephants, as well as cattle. So they all Vajrayans started to accompanying to all these things. The great emperor Ashoka Erected. Now, what is meant by erected? Erected means to set up or build. So, here the great Emperor Ashoka has built up the first known veterinary hospital. So, here the King Ashoka has made the first veterinary hospitals. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson of the world. So here the King Ashoka has made the first veterinary hospital of the world. He arranged cultivation. Now what is meant by cultivation? Cultivation means the action of cultivating land or the state of being cultivated, or you can say the process of trying to encourage or develop the quality of skill. So here the King Ashoka has arranged the cultivation of herbal medicines for man and animals in his empire and adjoining kingdoms. Now, what is meant by adjoining? Adjoining means neighboring. So, here the King Ashoka has arranged such kinds of facility for the man's and animals and for the adjoining kingdoms, giving the animals general tonics. So here it was provided the animals the general tonics and stimulants. Now what is meant by stimulants? Stimulants means a substance that give one more energy. So it was provided to animals such kinds of tonics and stimulants was practiced in order to ensure good mental and physical health. So this was practices in order that they can ensure the good mental and physical health. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. Prevention. Now what is meant by prevention? Prevention means the action of stopping something from happening, or you can say it is easier to stop something happening in the first place than to repair. So it was prevention of the occurrence of diseases. So it was taken prevention that if any disease occurrence was also given importance. So before that it was taken preventions. Cleanliness of animals, and it is most important that cleanliness of the animals maintains of stalls and stables, quality of food. So all these things were maintained very properly by the quality of good food. Disadvantages of overfeeding were looked after. Now here it was taken care that the animal not eat more food. Overfeed is done to the animal, so this disadvantage was taken care of this and looked after. Utilization of animal by products. So here the products which we get from the animal, it was utilization was also done wisely by our ancestors. Ancestors mean the person who lived long ago. So yeah, it was wisely done by the ancestors. Conversion means to change. So here it was conversions of milk into butter, ghee. So the this product which we get from the animal, they conversion to milk into the butter, ghee. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. Curd, khova, etc. So this was the convention which is we get product from the milk and they change into these things. Curd, khova, etc. was a common practice, and this was a common practice and still it. Chicken was utilized for its meat, and here the chicken was utilized for the meat, while sheep was utilized for its wound. So here the chicken the people eat for meat as well. The sheep was utilized for the wool. Other. Now what is mean by other? Other means in spite of the fact that even through, so it was other, India has always had immense. Now what is meant by immense? Immense means extremely large or great, especially in the scale of degree. So India was always had immense knowledge in the field of veterinary sciences. It is not chosen as a career by many due to a lack of awareness. So it was not chosen by many people because they were unknown, they were lacking behind of this knowledge. Because of this many people not choose this field. Being an agriculture based country, and being this agriculture based country, India today, India needs more veterinarians. Veterinarians are a person whose job is to treat sick and injured animals. So India needs more veterinarian people who empathize. Now what is meant by empathize? Empathize to understand another person feelings and experience. So here India needs more veterinarians who empathize with animal, who can understand the problem of animal and give their sand person to the profession. Now, what is meant by profession? Profession means a paid occupation, especially on that involves training and formal qualifications. So, India needs such a veterinarian person who can understand the problem of animals. Dear children, hope you all understood the second part of this lesson. Thank you.